Hi everyone! Welcome back to Show Me How to Win. I'm your host Jackie. Today, we're going to unbox Zombicide Invader. There should be a lot of miniatures inside that box. Let's take a look. The size of the box is 12 by 12 by 4. Excited to see all these minis inside the box. Let's open this game up. Start with the instructions. Alright, mold tile. Minis are inside here. The game tiles. Alright, let's open this baby up. 6 red dice, player survivor base, trackers, cards, survivor dashboards, the survivor ID cards, 6 of these dashboards. Machines. You have the survivors. There are 64 Xeno minis, very neatly organized in these trays. The base game comes with 1 spoiler abomination. Let's look at the tanks. There are 14 total tank miniatures in the base game. Next are the hunters. There are 14 hunters in the game and 2 different kinds of sculpt. We have the workers. There are 35 workers in this game, and there are 5 different sculpts. And these are the mold zone tokens. These are really sturdy, heavy-duty game tiles. There are 9 of them, so 18 possibilities. Now let's look at the survivor dashboards. There are 6 of them, and they're identical. It comes with different slots for your ID cards and your equipment. The trackers are these little pegs that you can use to indicate damage and experience. The base game comes with 6 survivors, and here are their ID cards and miniatures. Baraka, her ability is lucky. She can reroll, and she starts with 3 hit points. Next is Jared. He's also a soldier. His ability is shove, so he can push Xenos around. Next is Magnus. He starts with 6 armor points, so he's the tank. Alright, now we're looking at the civilians. Colt, he has 4 action points and he can search for free. Mizuki's starting ability is remote control bot, so she can control the peacekeeper bot during her turn unless she passes the control token to someone else. Vivian's starting ability is Chant. This ability can come in handy to help other survivors out of a dangerous situation. This is the Peacekeeper bot. He has melee and range attack. And this is the Sentry gun. On the back of these cards, they show you what abilities they have. These are the starter equipment cards. There are 2 types of weapons in this game. These are the prototype weapons. Notice how they are all energy type. These are oxygen tanks. This is the Xeno deck. The abomination, the hunters, the tanks, and the workers are spawned when you draw from this deck. This is the equipment deck. There are 71 cards in this deck. But be careful, because there are 7 mold spawn cards. The game gave you 6 red dice, 6 survivor color bases. Here are a bunch of tokens. Spawn tokens. These are door tokens. We have a bunch of objective tokens here. This is the first player token. Here are 2 more special objective tokens and a bunch of noise tokens. That's it for the unboxing of Zombicide Invader. Stick around if you want to hear my thoughts on the objectives and strategies of this game. Zombicide Invader is a sci-fi dice-rolling cooperative game. I have some strategies to help you get through the missions. Each round of Zombicide Invader is divided into 2 phases, the player's phase and the Xenos phase. During player's phase, each survivor can do a combination of actions. In the beginning of the game, you probably will be doing a lot of searching because that will be the only way for you to get better weapons and equipment. But be careful, because there are 7 most spawn cards in the 71 card deck. About 9.8% of the time, you can get ambushed. So it's probably a good idea to always search as your first action if you're going to do so. This gives you a chance to respond during your turn. Speaking of weapons, there are so many types in Zombicide Invader. How do you know which one is better than the other? Here is an easy formula. Multiply the size of a die that can hit with the amount of dice you roll. Higher total means you have a better chance to hit. Look at this light machine gun. You roll 5 dice and it hits on 5 or 6. Multiply 5 by 2, the number is 10. The heavy shotgun, you roll 2 dice and you hit on a 4, 5, or 6. So the number will be 2 times 3 and that will be a 6. When you attack with the assault shotgun, you roll 3 dice and it hits on a 3, 4, 5, or 6. The number will be 3 multiplied by 4 and it will be 12. The assault shotgun gives you a higher probability to hit the Xenos. However, it also has the shortest range, while the light machine gun has a longer range. Keep that in mind when you decide which weapons to ditch. Some of the weapons allow you to dual wield. For example, the cattle prod and the SMG. You can attack with both of them in one single attack. This is really useful against powerful enemies when you do a concentrated attack. After all survivors have taken their turn, the Xenos activates. During Xeno phase, draw 1 Xeno card for every spawn point. The numbers of Xenos to spawn correspond with the danger level of the most experienced survivor. In this case, everyone except for Jared is on the yellow danger level. But because Jared has reached the orange danger level, we will spawn 8 worker spawns instead of 6. So it's a good idea to level every players up as evenly as possible in order to keep the danger level low as long as you can. This is the spoiler abomination. When he enters an interior zone, it becomes a mole zone. You can't search in a mole zone because anything inside is destroyed, including the room's special property as well as any objective tokens inside. When this oxygen supply room becomes a mole zone, players can no longer get oxygen tanks from it. If the abomination enters the room where your main objective token is, you would just lose the game right then and there. You want to eliminate the spoiler abomination as soon as possible, and you can do so by creating a health fire or through concentrated attacks. Concentrated attack allows you to stack damage from successful rolls on a single target, and it is new to Zombicide Invader. If you're lucky, you might find the flamethrower and the canister card from a 71 card deck, but I wouldn't count on it. This version can become very dangerous for the players really quickly, so work together closely and focus on the objectives. If you want to win, never split up your party. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.